An asshat? I don't want one of those. Wait, what is an asshat? Good question. Let me show you. Funny enough, my dad actually found this climb way back in the day. Anyway, so we're moving up here. Everything seems to be going normal. The belayer doesn't have a helmet. No one has a helmet on. Misses it. Boom! Asshat. When your partner's ass becomes your hat. You don't want that to happen. It could hurt. Let me show you this clip. Here's indoor. It's going for the clip. Boom. Oh, asshat. Yeah, not fun. This one could put you in the hospital. I mean, her neck looked like it. I probably took her out for a while. And you can see here, one of the tools that we have now is called an ohm, and that's right here. And still, that didn't stop her from flying up. And what an ohm does is it basically puts more friction in the system so you don't fly up to meet you're not supposed to be able to fly up and meet your partner's ass. But we did here, I think he probably had so much slack on his end that he was going to come down no matter what. So how do we prevent this from happening? So basically, if you don't understand what's going on here, the lead climber's taking a fall, and they weigh more than the climber, than the belayer. So when they fall, the belayer comes up in the air, okay? So how do we prevent that? This video here is made by the ENSA. Really great video. I will link it down in the description below. Check it out. It's in another language, but you can kind of get the gist of what's going on. So one of the ways we prevent this is to anchor us to something. However, that could cause some problems as well. You see here, our friend over here is anchored to the wall, but then he's also belaying off of his harness. And this isn't a really big fall, but see how we're getting thrown into the wall here like a rag doll? This is pretty dangerous because you can end up let going the rope to save face, literally. You don't want your face flat, so you might just let go of the rope, protect yourself. You might, if you're under a roof, you might come up and hit your head. There's problems like that. So here's belaying just right off the anchor. And you can see now the belayer is a lot less at risk. And our anchor system should be solid. However, he's not really tied to the anchor. And at least right here in this clip, I would always also be tied into the system as well. So that if anything ever does go wrong and pops off, you're not gonna, you still got yourself backing up the system for your climber. Here's another little clip here. So in these clips, they set up a couple different scenarios. Right here, the belayer's really focusing on trying to give a very dynamic belay and running up into the climber and slowing down. But you can see that he's kind of going sideways and he's still almost meeting his partner in the air. So, that's a little bit too much, I think. Okay, here, he's belaying off himself, but he's tied to an anchor and he's still getting flung into the air, which is not ideal. It's a little bit sketchy. Could possibly let go of the rope too there. And that's got to be a little more force on the climber as well, I would imagine. And in this example, he's just belaying right off the anchor. You can see the belayer is perfectly fine. And it's actually, in all their tests, was the least forceful out of everything. So I think this is kind of the way to go, to be honest. But I would also be tied into the anchor system as well, in case the anchor system ever did fall or fail. The cons are you can't, when you're belaying off the anchor system, you can't move the rope around anymore for your climber. In case the rope's in the way, you need to get it around. Possible rock fall coming down to smash the rope. You can't move the rope out of the way. There are some cons, and you have to really know what's going to be the best scenario. Maybe you can't build an anchor system that's like super bomber to belay off of. So you really have to know what you're doing. But if you're in an indoor gym, you don't have to worry about dodging rock fall. I would say, especially if you're a tiny light climber, for all my small climbing friends, you probably want to either use a floor anchor. People don't like floor anchors. You could use a mobile anchor, something so you don't fly up into the air and meet your climber, because obviously it's a huge hazard. So just a little message for today. Look into some of that. Figure out how you don't become a flying You don't want an asshat next weekend, right? So figure out what to do so you don't buy one of those. Okay, you don't want to acquire an asshat. Joshua Perry, climb it out of here. Let me know what you think about all that. Belaying off an anchor system or whatever. I'd like to see what your comments are down below. Joshua Perry, climb it out of here.